Hello guys, in this video let's look about conditionals and Golang. So Golang also has many of the conditionals that are there in the other languages such as if else if else, then switch statements, etc. So let's look briefly on that. So let's write a simple program first. I'll write package main, and for this I'll import fmt and I have a main method. Okay, I'll create a variable with a value 10. And you can write if here if num equals 0, then fmt.println, okay, 0. So if you see how you write the if statement, so there is no opening and closing parenthesis here that is there in most of the languages, otherwise it is almost similar. So okay, if you want else if it is like this, uh, less than 0, I will put it as negative. Okay, sorry, negative, and else I can write okay, I missed a bracket. Cool, I can save this and run this. Okay, this is positive. What if we make it minus 10? Negative. Yeah, this is in this way you can write this if else if. And another good thing about in Golang is that okay, I'll comment this as well. So Golang has something called short statement. You can write if with short statements. So what is it? So I'll write val equal to okay with the short statement. Sorry, random number. I'll initialize it with. So this will give a random number in the range 100. I'm calling the int function from the rand, and I'm passing this value. So if you see, it is exported function, so it begins with capital. And I have written this, and I write val less than 50. Print line fail else. Okay, so let's see what this is doing. Okay, so here inside the if itself, I have initialized this val variable with a value of with a random number. This I can call any function and initialize this. So this is how you initialize this variable, and then after the semicolon I am checking the condition if that val that I got is less than 50, and then if it is, then print fail, otherwise print pass. So the advantage of this is the scope of this val is limited to only this block here, and it's not there outside. So this way if you want to check some complex condition and all, you can initialize variables here with a short statement. If I run this program, okay, so it generated some random number and it gives, so pass. Okay, so the key takeaway here is you can initialize these variables here itself and evaluate. So this is something that is different, that's not available in many programming languages. That's available with Go. So now let's see about switch. Even in switch, okay, so I can have that short assignments. So status I will assign with simply 1, and I'm checking the status variable. Okay, if it is case 0, what I would do is for 0 case I'll put success. For 1, oops, I'll put some okay, I'll give it as access error, and I can have a default case here. Okay, this is unknown error. Okay, I can write something like this. If I have multiple state cases that has to be evaluated, I can write. So even here, if you see, with before this semicolon, I am initializing this variable and then checking the cases based on this variable. So in other languages, you might use opening and closing parenthesis. That is not necessary, and it is avoided here if you see this. And here you see that there is no break statement. So in other programming languages, what happens is, even after the evaluation of one case, it will check if the cases of next that are there next is valid or not. So but here what happens is, if any case becomes true, then it will evaluate that particular case and then just exit. So breaks are not needed here. So let's simply run this program. Okay, so I have initialized it to 1, so it got access error. Okay, cool. So you can also write okay, let's comment this out for now. You can also write if you have without a switch clause without any conditions. So when you have multiple if else ladders, then you can use this. So I am just writing switch and assigning this marks, okay, with 75, and I'm not having any conditions after this. I just initialized with 75 and no conditions, and I can simply write case greater than 50, then print pass, and we can write marks less than 50, fail, or something like this. So here you can see that there is no switch variable here, and you are writing the conditions in the case. So instead of writing if else ladders, you can do this. Yes, okay. If I do it less, so I'll make it 45. Okay, yeah, okay. So thank you.